Hey everybody, Bryan with Sage Hypnotherapy, and today on Hypnosis in the High Desert, my guest host is going to be Brad Letner, the president of the Hesperia Chamber of Commerce, and Brad and I are going to talk a little bit about what the chamber can do for small businesses in the area, and also what are some of the things coming up that the chamber is involved with. I'm a member of the Hesperia Chamber, and I'm looking forward to having this conversation. Then I'm going to hypnotize Brad, and we're going to get his input on what he thinks about hypnosis. All right, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, see you in just a minute. Hey everybody, this is Bryan with Sage Hypnotherapy with Hypnosis and the High Desert. This is actually my first episode of this, and my guest host today is Brad Letner, and Brad is the president of the Hesperia Chamber of Commerce. And Brad, I wanted to have you in for a couple reasons today. Number one, I really like being a part of the Chamber of Commerce.
We really like having you as a part of the Chamber of Commerce. Love the energy that you bring, and it's been a great, ever since we really got closer at Ignite High Desert last time.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed Ignite. If you haven't been to Ignite, it's kind of a consortium where different community people come in and they give a 5-minute presentation. Is it 5 minutes?
It is. I think of it as TED Talks meets open night at your favorite bar.
There we go. TED Talks meets
open mic.
Meets
your favorite bar's open mic night.
Open
mic night. That's it. It's
we
TED Talk meets open mic night at your favorite bar.
Open Ignite night. That's it. So okay, there you go. So I really like the Hesperia Chamber of Commerce. I actually resisted joining them for a couple years. I don't know why, but then I went to we have this
Bryan,
coffee.
Resistance is futile.
It is. And you see, he's got the Borg haircut already, so that worked. For those of you who don't get that, you watch
Star Trek.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Next Generation. Oh, we're dating ourselves, aren't we?
A little bit.
That's pretty rough.
The gray in your beard and my beard dates it for us.
I do this on purpose.
That's nice coloring then, because it looks so natural.
It does. It's just for old men. Just for old men. Push it in. So I have to say something about Brad. Brad is probably one of my favorite people, and the reason why is Brad is one of the first people a few years ago when I joined the Victor Valley Chamber that acknowledged me by name and knew me. And I'll tell you, it sounds silly. But when you go into business for yourself, especially for me, this is my first foray owning my own business. You know, I taught for many years special ed, but when you go into your own business, it's very you feel very isolated in many regards, and kind of reaching out there. There's a lot of I don't know what I don't know, and Brad, I was at the meeting and I remember he came up to me and said, "Hey Bryan, how's it going?" And it just felt so validating. So I got to thank you, Brad. You really kind of helped put a spring in my step and helped me kind of just encourage me to move forward with just you being you.
That's a great story. I'll add to it. When I retired from the Army after 27 years, the first place I went when I got back was the Victor Valley Chamber of Commerce, because I was a resident of Victorville, and I knew my local Chamber of Commerce was where to get plugged in. And that's how we met, and my opportunity to go over to Hesperia and be the CEO at that Chamber of Commerce. I'm just so happy that you become a part of the Hesperia Chamber, and that High Desert wide that we work together.
I'm telling you, I dig it. You know, and having a network for me doing hypnosis, hypnotherapy is important, because hypnosis is such a mystery to most people. Most people fear this, and that's one of the reasons why we're doing this video. I want to talk to Brad about what the chamber has to offer, and then I want to get Brad's input on what his thoughts are about hypnosis, and then we're going to go off camera for a little bit. I'm going to hypnotize Brad, and then we're going to come back. For us, it'll be a little bit. For you, it'll be like that. And I know the magic.
I was just going to say, what just happened?
I know everybody.
50 people fell.
Yeah, I've got clients that they say you can't say deep sleep around me. If you say deep sleep, or text it even. I've got a friend, Diana, who has a cannabis collective. I'll have her in sometime, but she is a somnambulist, which means she drops like that. I was at the Victor Valley Chamber meeting, and I was being clever when I was up talking. I said, deep sleep, and she went out. And I went over, and she's like, bring me out. So, but not everybody's like that. Only about 10% of the population are. In fact, that 10% are the ones that do the shows.
I see.
And so, you know, we get the impression that for shows, everybody can be hypnotized, but the fact is there's already 10% that are already there or on their way. And so those are the ones that volunteer. And so when people say, well, I went up and I couldn't be hypnotized, so I can't be hypnotized, it's a little different with hypnotherapy versus the shows. And those people are already prone to doing the goofy stuff and having fun and not worrying about it. So if you've been to a show and they've sent you back to the audience, then just, that doesn't mean you cannot be hypnotized. All right? And I have yet to have one person not go under with me. If the hypnosis doesn't work, I have a baseball bat right down here.
Oh,
so
yep.
You're going to go under?
I will,
That's
without
right.
the baseball bat.
Right. So tell me, what's going on with the chamber?
Well, one of the most exciting things happening very soon is Hesperia Days. A few years ago, we partnered with the Kiwanis Club of Hesperia to help out with the Hesperia Days Parade. Now, the Hesperia Days Festival and the 5K run is all sponsored by the Recreation and Park Department, and they are a wonderful organization. You should go there. I think it's you just look it up, Hesperia Parks and Recreation, or Recreation and Park Department. But the parade has always been privately sponsored. Many years ago, it was the Chamber of Commerce, and at some point the Kiwanis came along and they started sponsoring it. And so now we're working together. And as you know, my catchphrase, together we thrive. So it's very natural for us to work together to bring the parade, to give our local businesses and our local nonprofits and our local clubs and our local high school marching bands a chance to go down Main Street. I always think big, so to me it's Hesperia's version of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day
like
Parade.
that.
And that's September 16th on Saturday.
September 16th?
September 16th,
September
Saturday.
16th, and I will have a float in the parade.
And I can't wait to see it.
That's right.
But don't make people fall asleep. Not off the float. If you can make them,
now you ruined the whole
if you
thing.
can make them cluck like chickens or bark like dogs, I'm all for
You
that.
ruined the whole thing for me now.
So then after that, on Friday, October 13th, which is Friday the 13th in October,
Yes.
we are having the first Hesperia 500. It's a pretend road race indoors at the Percy Bacher Center. You will have people with wearable cars.
That's awesome.
It's going to be so much
That's
fun.
awesome.
We used to have a horse derby, so people had like little hobby horses, and so now we've moved up from the Kentucky Derby to NASCAR 500, and we're looking forward to that.
Who says business has to be serious?
Well,
we
yeah.
can have fun, we can raise money, we can come together.
I found that fundraisers are boring, but
Yes.
fundraisers can be exciting and a
There
great
you
chance
go.
for business people to
How
let their hair
clever is
down
that?
if they have hair,
Yeah.
like you. My hair hasn't been down in quite some
No,
time.
this is my beard. It's just a comb over. That's right.
That's very good.
That's why I wear the lids
Take-
all the time.
Take
yeah.
the hat off, everything comes
I
off.
can't. The
Yes,
light will reflect
exactly.
and blind
But
me
that's
out.
that's exactly what's going on at the chamber. So the Hesperia Days Parade, which would be a great time for the whole family, come out on Saturday at 9 o'clock in the morning, September 16th,
And then there's something going on
signing
at
up.
the Hesperia Lake.
Hesperia Days, the festival moves out from the 5K run and the parade, moves out to Hesperia Lakes for the whole weekend.
Oh, awesome.
And it's just a
Okay.
wonder. There's vendor booths and just a great time to just wander around and have a good time. Fireworks show that weekend. Look it up online because
Very
I'm not in
good.
charge of it, so I don't know exactly when. But all that information is online.
Just like a
look
good
it up.
CEO, passing the buck.
Exactly.
Very good. Yeah, he delegates. That's wonderful.
That's a good
well,
word.
that's really cool. That's pretty nifty. Now, for the business owners out there, what are the benefits of joining the Hesperia Chamber? I mean, I can tell you from my perspective, Friday mornings we have a free coffee. You don't have to be a member of the chamber at the Percy
Bacher
Center, and it's getting fuller.
60 to 80 people almost every week.
Yeah, it's been the past couple weeks have been pretty full. But come out, we got coffee. Somebody sponsors donuts and brings some fruit, and we usually have a speaker.
Yes, well, we give an opportunity for our members to showcase their business.
When do I get my opportunity?
As soon as we can get you scheduled.
That sounds good.
Because we have 350 members and there's only 50 Fridays in a year, so sometimes we get backed up a little bit.
Yes, but Dave Slee, you want to book me as
As
soon
soon as possible.
See,
There you
that
go.
was
I
amazing,
was
isn't
already
it?
there.
And
So, the
Great man,
Hesperia Chamber of Commerce, 4 things. Our mission is to build a thriving business community through education, leadership, promotion, and networking opportunities. And through education, we do business workshops. You've been to a few. Final Friday training. So the last Friday of the month, instead of having a business showcase, we bring someone in that can teach us about, recently we did, the impact of the new cannabis laws on
Right.
your business, because many businesses had limitations or drug testing. And so obviously no business wants to get in trouble with the labor board by violating this new law. So we're always featuring somebody. We have tax seminars, different ways to keep your business knowledgeable about the changing laws in Sacramento. So that's education. Leadership, Hesperia 2034. If you haven't seen it yet, and I think you participated in one or two of our events,
I may have.
Hesperia 2034 is a long-term visioning process that the Chamber didn't come up with. We went out and surveyed the community. Over 1,500 responses, and we provided these and divided it up so we can see, do men think differently than women? Surprisingly enough, they did. We divided it up by age category, by demographic category, and it's all about what do we like about Hesperia, because nobody forced us to live here. What do we see in the future as our highest aspirations for our children? Because no matter how good you think you are, you can always get better. And then finally, what steps can we take right now to get there? So we take a very leadership role in the community. That's part of it. Those two, however, are ancillary. They're bonus. Then we have promotion and networking opportunities. There's lots of opportunities for promotion for as low as $50 for a month. You can have your flyer in our e-blast that goes out to over 1,000 business owners. And then the networking opportunities you did a good job talking about. Coffee at Percy Bacher Center, no extra cost. You're welcome to come out as if not a member. About your third time you visit, I kind of start twisting your arm and telling you you need to be a member.
Well,
Somehow I got to buy the donuts.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though. When I went. It was probably about the third time that I realized I really like this group. And I've been to some other chambers around, in different areas, and but this group, I really like this group. They're welcoming. They're easy to talk to. They're very supportive. Very supportive. I've gotten, even when I was not a chamber member, there was still a lot of support. And questions. People want to know what I'm doing, which is really important to me. Yes. So I found by about the third one, I found myself joining. And in fact, Mark down here, the Sun Country Tile and Stone, who I'm over, they joined up. And I like the vibe. It's kind of a small town vibe, but it's a progressive vibe, which is even nicer.
Yep, small to medium-sized town and growing. As you said, progressive was a great word. We call it ELPN, so you can think of it, sports fans, as ESPN, education, leadership, promotion, and networking. So ELPN, and that's what our Chamber of Commerce is all about. So for everybody, some people need the networking more. Right. Independent, small business people, owner-operators, and some people it's promotion. One of our members, we have a ribbon cutting Friday, is Walmart. Do you think Walmart needs my help? No, they do, $1 million a year without my help.
I don't know, you're pretty charismatic.
They are, well, it's very kind of you.
It's a voice.
But Walmart has quite the large marketing arm of their own. Nevertheless, they saw the value in being involved in the community. So if you're a small independent businessman, you sell your own Tupperware, you're selling direct door-to-door just yourself, or whether you're a large corporation like McDonald's or Walmart or Stater Brothers, there's value somewhere in being a part of that community.
Do you have to be a business owner to join the chamber?
We do have individual memberships, and they're very affordable, and some of those are retired business owners who did not want to give up that connection to their community. Some of them are people who are considering starting a business, and before they start the business, they want to get connected, get familiar with the laws and the regulations, and talk to other business people about things to look for, things to look out for. And so we have had people join as individuals prior to starting their own business, and that's also very exciting.
That's pretty cool, And we have churches and other nonprofit organizations. I know there's the Center for Spiritual Living. They just came on board, and so there are a lot of nifty opportunities with the chamber, and I support it wholeheartedly. And if you have any more questions about it, they can give you a call at...
They can at 244-2135, or go online to HesperiaCC.com, or just Google Hesperia Chamber of Commerce. Together, we thrive. That rolled out a little naturally, didn't it?
And Brad will do your commercials for you.
If you remember, I actually will.
That's the voice right there. The thing is, at the Hesperia Chamber, almost every guy that gets up to speak just has that voice.
That's true.
We have a number of them. You've got, it's crazy. Everybody gets, I don't have that voice. So people like, move along, Bryan, move along. Okay, so let's switch gears to hypnosis.
Great.
What is your experience with hypnosis?
None.
So what are your thoughts about hypnosis?
All I've ever seen is what you referenced. I've seen the shows, the Vegas-style shows. I've seen a few advertisements, and then getting to know you as a person, I'm a little more knowledgeable about hypnotherapy, as using hypnosis as a means to an end, as a way to lower barriers, because most of us have an idea of what we want to do, what we want to accomplish, or what we want to stop accomplishing, whether it's giving up smoking or dieting or things we want to achieve. And most of us have barriers in our lives, in our minds. And so what I've learned mostly from you.
So when I asked you to come do this with me, the hypnosis session, what were your first thoughts?
I don't recall, and you were there, I don't recall hesitating at all. I said, sure, let's do it. Let's put it on the calendar.
And that was a nice thing also, is that that's the kind of support that I get. Yeah, he was, no hesitation whatsoever. Frequently you're talking about the barriers that we have. There's something called homeostasis. Many of you are familiar with this, and that is we are kind of programmed by our rearing, as it were, to only achieve so much. And when we start to achieve more, we start to sabotage ourselves. Or we've spent so long feeling insecure about something, or we have anxiety, or we have just massive amounts of stress, sleep issues, pain, discomfort. There's a litany of areas that we can cover, and these are a litany of areas that hold you back. And with hypnosis, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going into your subconscious. Our conscious mind is what we deal with every day when we're talking with people. The subconscious is what kind of runs the program. Mm-hmm. So imagine your brain is like your computer. Mm-hmm. So your desktop, where all of your files are, the things you go to regularly, that is your conscious mind. Mm-hmm. Those are your files you go to, all the processes, maybe use your calculator a lot, it's right up there. Your subconscious mind is what makes everything run. Your subconscious is like the computer, your CPU. It's got all your long-term memory, all the deep files. You got to use a special coding, to work with things in there. So what I do is I help you go into your subconscious, and you can make the changes you want to make. One of the first things we do, what I'm going to do with Brad today, is we're just going to de-stress, because everybody can use to de-stress. And what I found is that when I do this number one, it allows my clients to feel comfortable with the situation. And it also allows them to just become more optimistic. And they realize they didn't need to carry all of this junk with them. And so what we're going to do today is off camera, I'm going to explain how hypnosis works. And if you want to know how hypnosis works, I will be doing other videos. And then I'm going to put you in the hypnotic furniture. Mm-hmm. That's the chair, right over there. See that? That's right. It's everybody who sits in that goes into hypnosis.
I like the way your cameraman was.
You like that? Yeah.
Smoothly.
That was Marty. Marty's very good. Thank you, Marty. Yeah, that's good. It's all right. Hello. Okay, good. All right. So I'm going to hypnotize Brad, and if we're lucky, he'll be clucking like a voiceover chicken when we get back. So just hang on, watch a little video from doodadpro.com. It's an animated logo business that you can get animated logos, intros and outros for your videos. They're supporting this video today. So hold on right there. We'll be right back. Actually, you say that.
We'll be right back after these messages.
This video is brought to you by Doodad Animated Logos. Would you like your very own animated logo, intro or outro for your videos? Only $80. You can get your own video logo. Go to doodadpro.com and go to the videos section and see the samples now. All right, everybody, we're back with you. Once again, Bryan with Sage Hypnotherapy, and Brad Letner, the president of the Hesperia Chamber of Commerce, and all-around great guy, and Daddy Warbucks' doppelganger. That's right. You're just like the mirror universe.
I have
of Daddy Warbucks. Right?
I have a wonderful barber.
You have an incredible barber.
I do. He does a great job. I trust him with straight razors this close to my head.
See, that's good. I actually shave a spot right here. It's going to be the new range. Yeah, it's going to be the new range. Leave all the hair around it, new range. Okay, so we did a session of hypnosis. We went into a nice light state. Brad went under super well. Now, when I first took you under lightly and your eyes were stuck shut, what were you thinking?
I really tried not to think beyond what we were doing together.
Right.
So There is a rebellious part of me that just wanted to pop my eyes open and prove to you that they're not stuck shut. And yeah, I just pushed those rebellious parts away and just allowed the feeling that we were seeking is to permeate. Right?
You know what? And
struggling against it.
I'm glad you said that, because that's really kind of the MO behind going into hypnosis. Just kind of following the suggestions, which is what Brad was talking about. If you want to fight it, Brad could have opened his eyes at any time. Throughout the entire session, he could have opened his eyes at any time, even with the suggestion that your eyes are stuck shut. What I'm doing is offering a suggestion to get you in a position to go deeper. These are tests. And so Brad went under beautifully. He followed all my suggestions. And as a client, he would be superb. Brad is pretty self-effacing anyway. So other than that fit of crying and scratching at his face, he did great. Other than that. Other than that. And all the poo-flinging, that's a different story. That was before this session. So Brad, give me your input. Allow the people watching this to know what your thoughts are, how it might benefit people.
I believe that there are several of us that have allowed negative messages to permeate who we are, and they may come from without. They may be, as I've read in the book, and I think you referenced before, as a child and you want to be an astronaut. For a while, people say that's great, and then you reach a certain age and they start to say, you can't. And once they start saying you can't, we start hearing I can't. And once that becomes a self message instead of an external message, I believe that those begin to multiply. If it's something like stopping smoking and we try to do it and fail, again we tell ourselves I can't, and we create barriers in our lives, and then feelings of shame and guilt for having failed,
and then it compounds it,
and that takes up space. Even though, as you say, 80% of our minds are subconscious, we fill up those valuable areas with negative messages. And working like we work today helps us clear out those negative messages and make room for, and then purposely fill. For those from a certain faith tradition, there's the story of getting rid of your demons just to leave room for worse things to take their place. So we fill those negative places with positive self-talk.
It's interesting you mention that, because my method, my theory behind hypnosis is that I don't really get rid of anything. I try not to just get rid of anything unless I have a replacement, because when you just get rid of something, the mind doesn't understand negatives. So that void will be filled with something worse. When I was teaching, you never tell kids, quit running in the classroom, because they'll quit running in the classroom. And they'll start, that's right, they'll start doing cartwheels, and they'll start doing other things to fill that. That's why when I talk about weight management, I don't say losing weight. And we don't talk about dieting, because when we talk about losing weight, and we do, how many of you have done this? You've gone on a diet, you've lost 10 pounds, you feel great, a couple weeks you've gained 15 back, and they're harder to get rid of. If you're nodding your head, that's because our subconscious says, oh, we lost something important to us. We've lost it, and the mind doesn't like to lose things. So it says, okay, we're going to put that weight back on, and we're going to fortify it. Now, with my weight management, well, first of all, just talk about weight management. So, with weight management, we work on, making better choices, changing our perspective. And so, and Brad's pretty with it, which is nice. But, we did a nice superficial level. We got rid of a lot of just junk. I equated it to cleaning out your lint trap. We gather stuff, the lint, and then we just clean it out, let you go. Let me ask you a question. Did you feel like you had no control at all?
No, it was never a feeling of lack of control.
Right. Did you feel like I was able to make you do anything that you don't want to do?
No, I felt that we approached this as partners. I wanted to explore the subconscious area to reinforce the things that I want in my life, and you were my partner in doing that. So
That's right.
There's never a feeling of, control or lack of control, or something being against my will or without my desire. So
Right.
it was.
Did you
Very
feel that
comfortable.
this was anything supernatural or metaphysical, or did
No.
it feel very natural? Right.
No.
And when I explained everything to Brad before, we're just tapping into that natural state, the subconscious mind, the part of the mind that allows you to breathe, blink, all your habits, all your fears and phobias, all the things that make you you. Okay? Well, you know what? I want to thank Brad for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I really appreciate it. Hopefully this encourages and demystifies a little more. I'm going to have a few more of our chamber members. Brad Smith
Great.
is going to come in, and Brad's a great guy. Brad,
Yes.
Brad used to be a soccer player, so this ought to be fun. And he was talking to me before this last meeting about how the soccer team would use a hypnotherapist.
Ah.
Tiger Woods used a hypnotherapist.
I've seen
Mike Tyson, Wayne Gretzky,
Mhm.
a lot of the Super Bowl teams. Yeah, so come on, Steelers, hire me, hire me. Okay, maybe the Mavericks. You think are we the Mavericks up here still?
The Raiders are only a 3-hour drive.
There we go. I can do 3 hours. All right. Hey, thank you everybody for watching. Brad, thank you for coming.
Thanks so
I
much for
appreciate it.
Inviting me.
Hesperia Days. Come on out. I'm going to have my float, which everybody should enjoy.
Yes.
All right. I hope.
September 16th.
September 16th.
We'll see you
All right.
there.
All right. For me, you can call 760-985-8270. Set an appointment up with me, and we'll take care of that. And to get hold of Brad again,
Go online at HesperiaCC.com, and remember, together we thrive.
we thrive.
We thrive.
Is that what that was?
That is.
Oh my gosh! I've been
We
saying it wrong the whole.
build a thriving business
thriving.
community. We
A
thrive.
thriven- we have thriven.
No, I don't know what that has to do.
Thriven, right.
It's all about the future.
All right, everybody, inhale relaxation, exhale tension, and be well. Hey, everybody. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends and like it. If you didn't enjoy this video, please like the video anyway and share it with your enemies. Everybody, inhale relaxation, exhale tension, and be well.